Margaret Rowe had worked at the town library for almost 20 years. At 44, she liked her routine. Quiet mornings, the smell of old paper, the hushed reverence of the stacks. On a gray Thursday evening, as she was about to lock up, she noticed a thick, leather-bound book in the return bin. Its cover was cracked, the spine unmarked. No title or author. She checked the barcode. Nothing. The system didn't recognize it. Frowning, Margaret opened the book. The first page was blank. The second, too. Then halfway through, words appeared in faint, scratchy ink. She read aloud. Margaret Rowe closed the library at 6:02 p.m. The rain had just begun to fall. Her breath caught. That was exactly what she had just done. She shut the book hard, heart pounding. It wasn't possible. And yet the words were there. The next morning, Margaret brought the book to her desk. Curiosity gnawed at her. She flipped through the pages. New text had appeared. Margaret brewed her morning coffee, black as always. She read the obituaries in the Gazette. Her hands trembled. No one had been in her kitchen that morning. No one could have seen her routine. Each time she opened the book, more of her life appeared, sometimes in the past tense, sometimes describing things that hadn't yet happened. By midday, it read, "At 12:43, she will hear a knock at the library's side door." Margaret glanced at the clock. 12:42. A single knock echoed from the staff entrance. Heart racing, she refused to answer. When she checked the book again, the ink had shifted. She ignored the knock. The visitor left. Her throat went dry. The book wasn't just recording her life. It was anticipating her choices. And she wasn't sure who was writing it. By evening, the book's tone had changed. Margaret will not go home tonight. She will stay in the library after hours. The storm will trap her inside. Her chest tightened. She glanced outside. Dark clouds gathered, lightning flickering in the distance. She tried to leave, but the rain turned into a downpour, flooding the street within minutes. Branches tore from trees. Wind howled. When she opened the book again, the ink was wet, dripping as if freshly written. The storm kept her. The library held her. The book was never meant to be found. Her reflection in the window wavered. For a second, it wasn't her face looking back. It was something pale, grinning, with hollow eyes. Margaret slammed the blinds shut. She realized then, the book wasn't just observing. It was orchestrating, steering her life into its pages. And the story wasn't leading to a happy ending. Margaret searched desperately for a way to destroy it. She tried tearing a page. The fibers resisted like steel. She tried burning it. The flames recoiled, leaving the cover unscathed. Finally, she turned to the last page. It was no longer blank. Margaret Rowe will read these words. She will understand that to close the story, she must write her own ending. Her fingers shook. She found a fountain pen in the desk drawer. The page was waiting. She whispered to herself, "It's just ink, just words." Slowly, she wrote, "Margaret Rowe leaves the library alive." The ink bled into the page, but her words remained. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the storm outside stilled, the pounding rain softening to a drizzle. But as she looked closer, she saw the final line continue in the book's own jagged handwriting. But the book will find another reader. The cover slammed shut on its own. The library fell silent. At dawn, Margaret locked the mysterious volume in the library's rare collection vault, deep underground where no one could accidentally stumble across it. She told herself she was safe. She had written her own escape. Yet sometimes, while shelving books, she swore she heard the faint sound of pages turning by themselves. Patrons sometimes whispered about a strange leather tome that appeared on the return cart, though Margaret never saw it. And once, as she passed the vault, she noticed the faintest glow seeping from the door's edges, like candlelight flickering behind the steel. Margaret forced herself to walk away. After all, she had survived her story, but she knew the book was patient, and it was always waiting for the next pair of hands to open its pages. Thanks for watching. Is there anything you'd like to see in a short horror story? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe.